Welcome to the Transforming Lives podcast panel, where we are not afraid or ashamed to share our stories that will make you laugh, cry, or even swear. Because we are honest, we're vulnerable, we're hilarious, and of course, we're inspiring. I'm Sharmin Prince. And for years, I wanted to be a host of a podcast, but didn't want to do it on my own because I know that I'll start things and become bored when one of my other personalities show up and then I'll quit. But I didn't want to do this with the podcast. So I threw out a call in a podcast Facebook group, and Cheryl responded. And when she responded, we met. And I kid you not, when we met, I knew I found the perfect partner, not just for the podcast, but for future projects. And we talked, and then 8 other persons showed interest. We met for our very first podcast. And now we have a panel of 5. Cheryl, Mitzi, Kate, Petriana, and myself. And we want to thank all of our listeners because we know you'll have as much fun as we are having. And I want to hand you over to Cheryl.
Thank you, Sharmin. And once again, welcome to our Transforming Lives podcast panel. We are so excited to get this rolling. We have met a few times to do some recordings, and some of our topics are difficult. And yeah, we shed a few tears. But we also have a few laughs, and we have such a great connection. There's so much vulnerability and honesty that we feel like our listeners are really going to be able to take something from our conversations. We want our listeners to feel heard and feel seen, and through our stories and through our laughter and through our tears, we're hoping that you can find that connection with us. For every podcast, we start with a mindful moment so that you can be really present with us and we can be present with each other. If we're going to spend some time, we're going to spend some very intentional time. And we think that's really important. We are going to drop our podcasts every Wednesday starting in July. We're going to be on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, YouTube, wherever you want to listen to your podcasts. And again, we are super excited. And we just can't wait to get this going and get this on the air and have some fun with everybody. Feel free to review, to share, send us some topics you'd like us to discuss, and we are happy to do that. Once again, Transforming Lives podcast panel. So grateful for you, Sharmin, and so grateful for this opportunity. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.